The other day, I published an article about Trump's son making millions off what any sentient adult with a brokerage account and a functioning cerebral cortex would recognize as insider trading. Standard stuff. Sources cited. Numbers documented. The kind of reporting that used to be called journalism before journalism became whatever it is now. Within the hour, a man whose username was Ninja Warrior appeared in the comments. Not a ninja, almost certainly not a warrior. A man who chose as his public identity in the arena of political discourse the username of a children's obstacle course game show, which tells you everything you need to know about the emotional development of the person operating behind it. This man then spent 20 actual minutes of his finite human life typing what I can only describe as the most thorough, enthusiastic, bootlicking defense of a billionaire I have ever witnessed from someone who is clearly not a billionaire, has never met a billionaire, and would not be allowed within 50 feet of a billionaire without signing 3 NDAs and submitting to a background check. It was passionate. It was detailed. It cited talking points with the confidence of a man who believes he discovered them independently. Ninja Warrior did not pause to consider whether the man he was defending knew he existed. He did not ask whether the man he was defending would return the favor if Ninja Warrior ever needed something. He typed, he submitted, he presumably felt like he accomplished something and went to bed. It must be a very special kind of idiot that still does this. Which was a genuinely uncomfortable thought for me to have. Because I am a Republican. I have been a Republican. I believe in the things Republicans used to believe before the party became a tailored suit for big business fascism operating on behalf of people whose primary loyalty is not to this country and frankly has never been. Apparently that makes me a RINO now. Which brings me to what I actually want to talk about. The acronym that should have been your first clue. Let's talk about RINO, pronounced like the animal, the large gray one, the one with the horn and the tiny brain-to-body ratio that has somehow convinced itself it is winning every confrontation it has ever had. Which is fitting, because the people deploying this term the hardest are also large, gray in their thinking, and charging full speed at things they do not understand, with exactly one horn and exactly 0 neurons firing behind it. RINO. Republican in name only. 6 letters. Capital letters. Arranged into an acronym that sounds official. That sounds like something someone figured out. TDS. Trump Derangement Syndrome. Another one. Clinical. Diagnostic. The kind of thing you name a program when you work at Langley, and you need it to sound important enough to put in a memo, but vague enough that nobody can ask you what it actually does in a congressional hearing without you being able to say, "I'm sorry, Senator, that's classified," while maintaining eye contact and not even blinking. You will notice that the CIA has named literally every single thing they have ever touched with an acronym. COINTELPRO, MKUltra, Mockingbird. These are not chosen at random. You do not get to work at Langley and accidentally name things in a way that makes them hard to track, hard to discuss, and hard to hold anyone accountable for. That is a feature. That is the whole point. And yet, here you are, using their exact linguistic framework to describe your political enemies. Enemies who were chosen for you, by people you have never met, in rooms you were never invited into. You did not invent RINO. Someone handed it to you preloaded, aimed and ready to fire, and you have been pulling the trigger on command ever since, completely convinced you are a free thinker. You are not a free thinker. You are a parrot that learned one word and thinks it won a debate. What a useful idiot actually is, and why you are one. The term is useful idiot. It is attributed to Lenin, which is deeply, catastrophically ironic, given that the people most likely to be called communists by a useful idiot are also the people least likely to be operating as useful idiots on behalf of people who have consolidated all economic and political power into the hands of a small group of men who answer to nobody and own everything. A useful idiot is not stupid in the way that rocks are stupid. Rocks are passively useless. A useful idiot is actively, enthusiastically, tirelessly stupid in service of someone who is laughing at them. The useful idiot is motivated. The useful idiot is online. The useful idiot will type a dissertation defending a man worth hundreds of billions of dollars from the devastating rhetorical attacks of other useful idiots in other one-bedroom apartments at 2 a.m. and genuinely feel, like they accomplished something. They are eating their Walmart goy slop dinner, the pre-packaged, processed rectangle of food-adjacent substance that exists because the same corporate food system their billionaire is definitely fighting against found a way to make something technically edible for 99 cents, which is all they can afford because the economy that their billionaire is definitely fixing has not actually fixed anything for them yet, but it will, it definitely will. Just wait. They are eating this, in front of the screen, typing in defense of a man who has never once thought about them. This is not poverty commentary. This is complicity commentary. The useful idiot knows the hot dog has been on those rollers at the gas station for 3 days. They can see it. They can smell it. They eat it anyway because somewhere along the way, they made a decision to stop caring about the quality of what they consume, whether that is food or information. And once you make that decision in one area of your life, it tends to spread. The Viking shaman problem.
Hello out there in internet land. I'm Lily, the editor at The Wise Wolf, and I just wanted to steal a moment of your time to urge you to subscribe to our god-awful channel. Otherwise, my professor is going to press charges for breaking into his office to shoot this clip. Thanks. Bye now.
That is the thing you need to understand about the soccer hooligan model of political engagement. The European soccer hooligan does not care about the sport in any meaningful analytical sense. They do not study formations. They do not understand transfer markets. What they have is tribal identity, and tribal identity does not require comprehension. It requires belonging. The tribe is the point. The tribe is the self. To question the tribe is to question your own existence, which is not something a person in a one-bedroom apartment eating a 99-cent food rectangle is emotionally equipped to do at 2 a.m. So, when someone in a very expensive suit told these people the election was stolen, they did not evaluate the claim, they did not ask for evidence. They put on a costume, an actual costume. A man put on fur and horns and face paint and stormed the United States Capitol like he was doing a live-action role-play of a historical grievance he only half understood. And the man in the expensive suit watched it on television from a safe distance and said nothing useful. The useful idiot LARPs. Real political consciousness does not require a costume. Real political consciousness is boring and slow and involves reading things. The costume is the signal that what is happening is performance, not politics. It is the soccer riot, not the revolution. It is tribal identity in Viking cosplay, serving the interests of people who will never acknowledge them by name. The suit without mustard Washington is full of stupid people. This is not a revelation. But here is the distinction that the useful idiot refuses to make, because making it would require them to think. The Washington brand of stupid is a specialized stupid, a tailored stupid. It wears a suit correctly. It knows which fork is the salad fork at a state dinner, even while planning to stab you with it before dessert. It shakes hands at the right pressure. It maintains the costume of competence, even while being catastrophically, deliberately incompetent at everything it touches. The useful idiot cannot maintain the costume. There is mustard on it. From the gas station hot dog. It got there because somewhere between the roller and the mouth, something went wrong. And that something going wrong is a metaphor for the entire political engagement strategy of the useful idiot, which is to say that they are making a mess of something that should be simple and not noticing. Washington stupid can at least perform. The useful idiot performs for free, for people who did not ask, for an audience that is not watching, on behalf of billionaires who are currently on yachts that cost more than the GDP of several small nations, thinking about their next tax structure, definitely not thinking about the man with the mustard stain who defended them online last night for 3 hours. They do not know you exist. Let me be specific. because specifics matter. The billionaire does not know your name. If someone told him your name right now, he would forget it before the sentence ended because he has 17 other things to think about, and none of them are you. You are not a person to him. You are a metric. You are an engagement number. You are a useful pressure in a useful direction that someone on his team identified and is now cultivating. And the cultivation tool is the acronym, and you accepted the acronym, and now you are the crop. You will go to bat for this man. You will call people RINO. You will diagnose people with TDS. You will storm buildings in costume. You will eat the processed food rectangle. You will type the essay at 2 a.m., and he will wake up tomorrow on the yacht and have a meeting about something that does not include you. And the meeting will go well for him, and nothing about your life will change, because you were never the point. The point is the direction. The useful idiot provides direction. They create pressure. They move the needle. The needle is not pointing at anything that helps the useful idiot. It is pointing at something that helps the man on the yacht. But the useful idiot is not tracking the needle. The useful idiot is tracking the tribe, and the tribe says the needle is pointing at freedom. So that is what they believe. Stop defending billionaires. They do not care about you. They have never cared about you. You are valuable to them as a propaganda parrot and as nothing else. The moment you stop repeating the approved syllables in the approved direction, you will discover that the billionaire has no memory of anything you did for him and no interest in anything you need from him. This is not cynicism. This is the documented, observable, historically consistent behavior of every powerful person who has ever used populist energy to consolidate personal power, from the dawn of organized civilization to right now today, in your timeline, on your screen. The Bible, which is a book and therefore something you could read, has extensive commentary on this dynamic. Rich men, gates, needles, camels. The math does not work out in the billionaire's favor, and it never has. And this was written down 2,000 years ago by people who watched the same dynamic play out in a different costume, in a different empire, and felt the need to warn you specifically. They warned you, in writing, thousands of years ago. You have the warning. You have access to the warning. The warning is free. It is at every hotel and half the used bookstores in America. Open it. Stop eating the hot dog. Stop wearing the costume. Stop typing the acronym someone else designed and handed to you preloaded. You are not a Viking. You are not a ninja warrior. You are not a free thinker. You are not on the inside of anything. You are a useful idiot, and the first step to not being a useful idiot is admitting that the word RINO came from the same people who brought you Mockingbird. And one of those things you think is a psyop, and one of them you repeat daily without thinking about it. Think about that. Actually think about it. Then read a book. The Bible is good. Help keep the wise wolf howling.